Okay, welcome to Module 3. This is Lesson 1. I'm going to do the first part of Lesson 1, and it's asking, just like our lesson today, it's asking to break these shapes into thirds. So on the number line, it wants us to put these fractions on the number line. So 0 would be here, 0 over 3. 1/3, and it kind of corresponds here. They're trying to show you that this box goes with 1/3. This box goes with 2/3. And 3/3. Okay. Let's go down here, though. This is the part that was causing the most confusion on our lesson today. So let's do this one. 1/3 is equal to 2/6. They multiply the top and bottom, numerator and denominator, by 2. And they want us to break it into thirds using vertical lines. So here's vertical lines. We're going to pretend those are straight. And now here's thirds, but we want ultimately sixths. So you just chop it in half and shade in 2 of them. It would probably help if I did that and shaded them in blue. That was a little straighter. And so by shading it in, it's showing that 1/3 is equal to 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2/6. Then they also want us to do, going back up here, we just did 1/3 here. Now we're going to do 2/3. It will also help to draw the vertical lines in ahead of time so that you know you're starting with thirds, because all of these are equivalent, which means they are equal to 1/3. And let me just shift the frame of focus here. There we go. And here's a third. There's 2 more thirds. So we're going to go ahead and shade in a third. Now, you know what? Let me do that in a different color to make it the same as the other one, just for consistency's sake. Now, obviously it's hard to shade in on a smartboard, but it's easier to do with pencil. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you are showing that it's shaded in. You know, I'm not looking for perfection. I don't think anybody is when they're looking at these shadings. And okay, so we've shaded the 1/3 just like we did this one. We also want to start with 1/3. 1/3. Because we're going to show equivalency and show how in pictures the fractions are all equivalent to one another. And not just numerically down here, but also visually with these boxes. It'll be very easy to see that they are indeed equal. The next step, I want to multiply the top and bottom by the same number. I just started with 2. If you do 1, it's going to be the same fraction. So we're going to 2, and we're going to times the top and the bottom by 2. Whatever you do to the numerator, you also do to the denominator. So that would be 1 times 3. This should be a 3 times 3. That looks like a backwards E. And that would give you on the top 3 over on the bottom 9. So 3/9 is equivalent to 1/3. Now up here we already have 1/3, So we need to break this and make it into ninths. So we'll do one here and do one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've colored in 3 out of 9 total, so that's still a third. I'm just going to move this stuff over. Whoops. Let's do... Oh, it's not going to let me do the whole thing. Well, that's okay. I'll just scroll over here. We're starting with a third here, and we're going to do the same thing we just did. I'll do it in purple this time. Whoops. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Purple. So we did times 2, now we did times 3, top and bottom. Now we're going to times the top and bottom by 4. And that's going to equal 4 over 12. So in other words, 4 over 12 is the same or equivalent to 1/3. And that's equivalent to 3 over 9. In order to make this guy into 12ths, we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That should do it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as you can see, our third is already colored in. 1/3 is equal to 4 out of 12. I think you get the idea. The same thing, it would be over here, except there would be one more line. 3, 4. There would be one more line, so instead of 3 lines in the middle, see how it goes, 1 line in the middle, 2, then 3 lines in the middle, then it would go horizontal 1, 2, 3, 4, and down here it would be, instead of times 4 top and bottom, times 5 top and bottom, 1/3 times 5, and the bottom times 5, which would be 5 over 15. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shaded in out of 15 total. So that's it. Have a great weekend.